small business owners and independent contractors. Get affordable insurance with Sagicor Pro Shield. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, 4-year-old among 5 people killed in Linstead, St. Catharines Sunday, 4 others hospitalized. We will not rest. Police Commissioner vows to catch those responsible for deadly attack. Westmoreland woman reportedly found dead in suitcase. Police seek persons of interest. We have our weekly business feature, Small Biz, Big Dreams. And in sports, Phoenix Academy signs MOU with North American South. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Monday, October 6, 2025. Thanks for having joined us. I'm Nika Lewis. We will not rest until these guys are brought to justice. A commitment from the Commissioner of Police this evening to capture the men involved in a mass murder in Commodore District, Linstead, Sunday night. Dr. Kevin Blake joined the Prime Minister and other senior members of the security apparatus in the rural St. Catherine community on Monday, hours after the tragedy, which left 5 dead, including a 4-year-old. But first, how did the terror unfold? Giovanni Dennis has this eyewitness report.
It was a home for the dead, a requiem punctuated by crickets chirping minutes to 4 Monday morning. Scores of police and the soldiers had just left. Painful, washing away the blood of relatives with water. But the memories of what just happened hours earlier won't be as easy to remove. This is Commodore District in Linstead, St. Catherine. Sometime after 8 Sunday night, 9 people were shot, 5 fatally.
And then come them say, police. And because I mean at the police clothes, everybody thought was police. The true. And them trying to go at me. And I say, Lord Jesus Christ. And then take back the gun off of me. And I saw the shooting.
She hid with her youngest son, praying, while bullets were flying all around. Slippers scattered all over, signs people tried to escape. 4-year-old Shannon Gordon was the youngest of the 5 deceased. She was getting her hair done for school. She, along with 2 of the other victims, are related to a witness who recently buried a son who died in a crash and lost a niece in 2024.
All the Lord grace and mercy make me the years of standing. Today, I at church today now, I cry. Because me in the bathroom and my son just come up in front of me when I look out to come to church. And I had church today and I feel down, I feel very down, and I just start crying. And my church sister, they might cheer me up and say, I tell them, say, I don't feel good inside.
The other 4 deceased have been identified as 42-year-old Mario Sullivan, Jushane Walters, 39-year-old Aisha Washington, and 22-year-old Famous Amos. 2 of the 4 people in hospital are said to be in serious condition. The 9 were easy targets as the men tricked the group into thinking they were police.
And when I think of it, them come in at the government uniform.
They had an actual police uniform.
Police uniform. No, them have on the vest. And his shirt, so that's why the aim all people surrender.
This family dog grabbed one of the attackers by foot. It too was killed. The family is hopeful the perpetrators will be caught.
My God, what I serve, can't give us justice. I don't have no one else to fight for me but the Lord who create me. I have to fight for me.
Giovanni Dennis, CVM News.
In the meantime, the police commissioner is assuring the country the men responsible will be caught, while the head of police for Area 5 concedes additional sensitization may be needed to help residents identify legitimate police officers.
We will not rest until these guys are brought to justice.
An assurance from the island's top cop after yet another mass shooting. He's calling on Jamaicans to shun the men who murdered 5 people, including a 4-year-old.
I want to especially make mention to young Shannon, 4 years of age, did not get the chance to grow up because of some woodlums who have nothing to contribute to society. But this is what they do. And it is time that we as a people exercise intolerance of this type of senseless behavior. We do not need to give them shelter. These guys are somewhere being sheltered by someone.
Dr. Blake says the force will expend all resources necessary to bring the perpetrators to justice.
One of the things that these guys fear most is alienation from their support. And we ask that you do not support these criminals. They have absolutely no contribution to make.
In the meantime, Assistant Commissioner of Police Christopher Phillips says the force may have to do more public education following revelation that the attackers impersonated lawmen.
In those situations, residents do have a right to say, can I see some identification?
Sure. Even since night we're on the scene, we had to show them our IDs, because they were so traumatized. They still never believe that the real police officers are here. But as I said, it's pretty concerning, and if it requires additional, public sensitization, then we will have to do that.
ACP Phillips concedes residents were traumatized when legitimate lawmen arrived. Giovanni Dennis, CVM News.
And senseless, that's how one political representative is describing Sunday's tragedy in Commodore District, St. Catherine, during a visit this morning. Amid condemnation is reflection as locals recall how gunmen dressed as police opened fire on a group of residents, killing 5 people, including a 4-year-old girl. Our reporter Akeem Aret visited the district and shares reactions to the gruesome incident.
What was supposed to be a calm Sunday evening here in Commodore District, Linstead, St. Catherine, quickly turned a nightmare as gunfire shattered the peace shortly before 9 p.m. As you can see, this is the gate where gunmen forced themselves through, shooting 9 persons, 5 dead, including a 4-year-old and this dog.
One eyewitness told CVM News if it wasn't for a pile of sand, then they too would have been killed.
You hear somebody knock on the gate, police, nobody don't move. And same time I frightened, we didn't do it, I frightened and just back. Then after the just back, we hear about 2 shots of fire. So I said, then just they put up on a policeman. Then same time, I put up my hand because I say, a police, I don't really know nothing. So after, I then kick off the gate, same time, kick off the gate. Because I shot them when they fire them, I think I hear them fire them. But you may know so then connect at them time when I run. Then kick off the gate, after then shot the dog, when I say, if a police and me have to run, because I kill them and kill off away.
He ran for his life.
I run, I'm run to go to the house and I finish me there. I end up drop on the steel and cut up a hole on my foot. And same time, shot a fire, the time when I run, same time. So, right, my job, where my job is on kind of iron. And my job now, right now, I look sinking. So when I shot a fire, either that touching my house or the sun.
Investigators spent hours combing the scene for clues as distraught family members and neighbors looked on in disbelief. Member of Parliament for North Central St. Catherine, Natalie Nita Garvey, described the killings as senseless and deeply wounding the community.
This is probably the most difficult event that has taken place in this community. We have had our ups and our downs. We've had periods of unrest, and we've gone through them, and we've had some quiet for some time. And so today, this is really shocking for all of us and heartbreaking as well. More so because the children are involved, and a family that has been through so much, and I would have to kind of go through this again.
In the meantime, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness is condemning the mass shooting incident. Speaking to victims' relatives today, Dr. Holness says the entire government will be mobilized to give their support.
I'm also here to assure the families and loved ones of the victims that the Jamaican state and government will support them through this very difficult time, whether it is with support in counseling or in supporting any other needs that may arise. As I have met with some of the family members, I'm seeing where there are needs, and some have even expressed particular support that they would require. So the entire government will be mobilized to give support to the victims and the loved ones of the victims. I'm also here to point out that the mission, though we are making progress, is not complete. And the conversation cannot proceed as if there are not dangerous and evil persons still in our midst with the capabilities to unleash on an innocent population the greatest terror and to deprive innocent Jamaicans of their lives.
And the Police High Command has placed the Linstead subdivision in the St. Catherine North Police Division under a 48-hour curfew imposed over 3 communities that came into effect at 6 o'clock and will continue until 6 on Wednesday evening. The affected areas are Commodore, north from the Linstead bypass, traveling along an imaginary line about 700 meters to a vegetated area above the parochial road. South from Buena Vista Boulevard, traveling about 700 meters along an imaginary line to Linstead, or to the Linstead bypass rather. East from the vegetated area above the parochial road, traveling about 600 meters to Buena Vista Boulevard, and west from the beginning of the northern boundary to the ending of the southern boundary, traveling about 600 meters. The other area is Banbury, north from Tens Bar and Grocery, traveling along an imaginary line at about 1.70 kilometers to a section of Victoria Main Road, south from First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ Linstead, traveling about 1.42 kilometers along an imaginary line to a parochial road called Canal Road. Then east from a section of Victoria Main Road, traveling about 0.85 kilometers to First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ Linstead, west from the ending of the southern boundary to the beginning of the northern boundary, traveling about 0.85 kilometers. And thirdly, Trinity Linstead. That's north from Rodney Hall Road, traveling along an imaginary line about 650 meters to the bridge at 4th Street, Linstead. South from the intersection of 4th Street and King Street, traveling about 650 meters to the intersection of King Street and Rodney Hall Road. Then east from the bridge at 4th Street, traveling about 400 meters to the intersection of 4th Street and King Street. And west from the intersection of King Street and Rodney Hall Road to about 400 meters to the beginning of the northern boundary. Once again, the curfew goes until this Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock. Our news package continues in just a moment.
Are you living on or in possession of family land? Do you want to sell or subdivide the property? Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land, or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one goal to serve you better.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Well, concerns are growing about the psychological impact of recent mass shootings on Jamaicans' mental health. Experts are urging authorities to provide greater support and trauma counseling for survivors and witnesses. Amoy Harriet has this angle.
Behind Jamaica's reported decline in homicide figures lies a darker trend, the troubling persistence of deadly mass shootings. Of note, Jamaican law doesn't formally define the term mass shooting. Authorities instead refer to such events as multi-victim violent incidents, which are classified as incidents where 2 or more people are injured or killed. And the numbers tell a grim story. As at November 6 last year, Jamaica recorded 40 double murders with 80 victims. For triple murders, there were 6 incidents with 18 victims. Quadruple murders, 2 incidents resulting in 8 victims. That amounts to over 106 people, including children, who were killed last year in mass murders.
It has been in our culture, Jamaican culture, for a few years now, decades. And the effects of it is very devastating.
Dr. Jeremy McGregor is a counseling psychologist and guidance counselor. He has over 20 years of experience treating children and adults who've been exposed to gun violence, including mass shootings.
Some person will say, since it happened, I have become so withdrawn. Since the incident, I have just shut out everybody out of my world, and I'm in the fetal position. I don't want to interact.
For children, the trauma reveals itself differently.
They may become violent. They may become very aggressive.
Now, a study published in the academic journal Annals for Internal Medicine in April 2022 revealed that survivors of any gun violence have more than a 50% increase in psychiatric disorders after the incident and an 85% increase in substance abuse disorders among adults. Further, the World Health Organization has reported that individuals exposed to violence are at a significantly higher risk of developing mental health disorders.
Sometimes, Amoy, you think you have gotten over it, but there's a word that is called rehash. Sometimes a conversation you pass by, you're involved, and the emotions rehash things that the event happened 3-4 years ago, and you are feeling now the emotions. You're gone back to that world.
He wants more resources to be pumped into helping victims, as he contends many Jamaicans aren't able to afford therapy.
We have to ensure that persons are accessible to us, and also the resources can be reached, and persons know how to find us, and we put some resources in social work, in counseling.
Amoy Harriet reporting for CVM News.
The Savlamar police say they are investigating strong leads into the murder of a 29-year-old bar operator, Kerrion Malcolm. They are seeking 2 people who may be able to assist with the investigation. The body of Miss Malcolm of Barracks Road in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, was found on Saturday morning inside a suitcase that had been dumped in a gully in the community of Gullybanks, Savlamar. Her sister Demisha told CVM News that the family is still finding it difficult to cope. Carla Ramdeen has the details.
Residents of Gully Bank in Savlamar remain in shock this evening after the body of Kerrion Malcolm was found inside a suitcase in a gully in the community. Malcolm was reported missing Thursday night. She told relatives she was going on the road to collect an item for someone, but she never returned home.
She went missing Thursday night and reported to the police on Friday. We went searching for her on Saturday and we found her in a suitcase. And the police processed the scene and they take the body.
Miss Malcolm's sister Demisha told CVM News that Miss Malcolm's bar was recently broken into and a rented poker machine was stolen. A report was made to the police and since then, she had reportedly received death threats.
She gets a lot of threats from people. They break her bar. Supposed to be on Sunday night. She reported on Monday. She was getting a lot of threats and everything from people. So after that, I don't know what really took place, but she's not here with us anymore.
Demisha says the family is struggling to come to terms with her death.
She was a very nice person, loving person, fun person. She has one son. Family member, everybody break down. It's not good. It's not a good feeling right now because our loved one and she very close to us and we miss her and everything. And just words can't explain how we feel.
Investigators at the Savlamar police station told our news team that they're following strong leads into the murder. They're in search of 2 individuals who they believe can assist with their investigations. Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
In the very latest update since the discovery of a mummified body in Little London, Westmoreland, the 2 women charged with failure to report a person's death, preventing the lawful burial of a deceased, concealment of corpse, and attempting to pervert the course of justice are out on bail. The 54-year-old caretaker, Gina Robinson, who occupied the dwelling where the body was found in Old Hope District, and 49-year-old Laverne Wedderburn, a church sister who was offered accommodation, attained legal representation after their bail application of $400,000 each was upheld by the court. On orders of the Westmoreland Parish Court, the duo is to report to the police each Wednesday ahead of the next court appearance on November 19 into the July 6 incident. The matter surrounds the body of 69-year-old Viola Distin, who was found in a mummified state inside a makeshift tomb concealed in the back room of a house occupied by Robinson in the Little London community. Robinson and Wedderburn have reportedly maintained their innocence. We take a break. More news when we return.
It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio? We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Now here is Raymond with Small Biz, Big Dreams.
When it comes to sneaker culture, it's more than just shoes. it's a lifestyle. In this week's installment of Small Biz Big Dreams, we meet Giovanni Walker, the mind behind Clean Crepe Jamaica, who took a simple idea and turned it into a top-tier cleaning service. This entrepreneur's journey is one of hustle, heritage, and the power of stepping out on faith. This is the story of Clean Crepe Jamaica. It all started with a bucket, some soap, and a dream. For Giovanni Walker, Clean Crepe Jamaica was born out of a love for fresh kicks and a desire to give sneakers a second life.
I graduated back in 2019, and after graduation, it's natural for graduates to seek meaningful employment. That was very difficult for me in the beginning because I didn't have any relevant work experience then. And as it goes in engineering, experience is definitely important to secure a proper role. And as well, what happened in 2019 with the pandemic.
Even though he didn't have the required work experience, he realized that he could rely on something else.
I have cleaning background. My mother does cleaning for a living. Whenever she would get big houses to clean, she would take me along to help her and to make the job move faster. And that's how my passion for cleaning really came about. So it definitely just translated into cleaning sneakers.
From everyday classics like the ever-popular Air Force Ones to luxury designer brands, Giovanni has seen it all. But one shoe holds a special place in Jamaica's heart and on his workbench.
So definitely here in Jamaica, the most common form of sneakers that we get would definitely be the Nike Air Force Ones. So whether it be the dungs, whether it be the mid-rises, those are definitely the most common bookings that we get. But as well, we have recurring clients who would bring their high-end sneakers, whether it be the Giuseppe Zanotti or the Dolce & Gabbana, the Chanels, the Louis Vuittons. We definitely receive those as well from our recurring clients who seek us out to bring their shoes back to their former glory, and definitely we satisfy them in that regard.
But running a business isn't just about cleaning shoes. For Giovanni, it's about balancing the hands-on work while keeping his social media pages buzzing, a vital part of reaching new customers.
Fans from Jamaicans have been great. Definitely, it shows in the comments where persons will be praising and giving their big ups to how well we clean these sneakers and these Clarks, because Jamaica is a Clarks country. So whenever we post a Clarks cleaning video, whether it is the before and the afters, those videos always go viral because Jamaicans are definitely interested in how to in learning how to clean and to keep their Clarks in pristine condition.
And the prices for this special kind of service?
It's the pricing. We definitely try to keep it as affordable as possible because we serve a lot of clients, whether it be the man walking in the street or the business owner or those in corporate. So we try to keep it at a price range that everybody would benefit from. So as it relates to deep cleaning a pair of sneakers, we charge $2,000. If the soles need to be unyellowed, that would be an additional $1,000 to that. As it relates to deep cleaning a pair of Clarks, we charge $3,500 because that one is a bit more technical, and so it uses a bit more energy as it relates to bringing them back.
Looking ahead, Giovanni has big plans to grow his business and help others do the same.
I look forward to securing some grants to help us secure a brick and mortar location soon, so that we can definitely take Clean Crepe to the next level.
With passion and polish, Giovanni Walker is proving that success can be built one sneaker at a time.
As it relates to starting a business, I would encourage those who are interested, especially the young Jamaicans, to do your research, do your feasibility study, get your business plan up, reach out to the different government organizations who would help with refining these business plans and ensure that they are feasible and can be carried out. And as well, there are also government institutions that assist with providing grants to these startup businesses. So I'd say do your research to seek those institutions out, and to also I definitely also encourage young Jamaicans to consider entrepreneurship as a viable career path.
From humble beginnings to big business dreams, Clean Crepe Jamaica is taking strides to leave a lasting footprint on the local entrepreneurial scene. I am Raymond Morrison, and this has been Small Biz, Big Dreams.
We take a break. Stay with us.
The time by KFC is 7:30.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
Welcome back. Time now to take a look at what's trending on social media.
What's trending today? The long-awaited multi-million-dollar fraud case against former Education Minister Roel Reid and his co-accused, which was slated to begin this morning, will now commence on Tuesday in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. One witness is expected to take the stand, likely in the afternoon, following preliminary submissions from both the prosecution and the defense. Users are reacting to this. Zell125 says they soon push it off the island. Candy Cups comments, Jamaica is watching. Nap Efayad writes, after 6 years of delays, legal loopholes and missing witnesses, this trial finally starts tomorrow. However, who really expects accountability at this point? These high-profile cases in Jamaica always seem to fade without consequences. Same script, different case. Mar Perity says, what? He should be serving his fourth of 20 years in prison by now. KMAT, shameless. Trending_Swaby comments, they're only going to set him free. Don't be surprised if he's on the next ballot. And that's what's trending online. Share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV, CVM_television on Instagram, and CVM Television on Facebook. I'm Druselle Mills.
In international news, French Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu has stepped down just weeks after taking office and hours after naming a cabinet, further deepening the country's long-standing political crisis. The French presidency said in a statement on Monday that President Emmanuel Macron has accepted his close ally's resignation. Details from Al Jazeera.
Just hours after his new government was named, an unexpected turn. Sébastien Lecornu resigning as France's Prime Minister after only 1 month on the job.
La composition du gouvernement au sein du socle commun.
The composition of the government was not solid and awakened partisan approaches.
Quelques appétits partisans.
Lecornu said differences in the new cabinet meant decision-making would be impossible. Reacting to the collapse of the shortest-serving government in French history, far-right leader Marine Le Pen was blunt.
It must stop. We must return to the polls. Let the French decide. This is what we think.
France's hard-left leader went even further.
Je me répète,
Within the institutional framework we have, what can we do? There is one path, the impeachment of the president.
Since French President Emmanuel Macron's decision to call a snap election in June last year, the National Assembly has been divided into three blocks: the far right, centre-right and left-wing. With no governing majority and no tradition of coalition politics in France, the parliament's been stuck in a deadlock that three prime ministers have been unable to break.
When we come back from the break, it will be time for sports.
Everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi. Brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Island Net Services.
A mammogram can shape your motherhood. The Jamaica Cancer Society, helping women now. Visit the website at jcs.live. Early detection saves lives.
And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than...
Welcome to Sports, I'm Jordan Fort. Let's kick off with some football news. Monday Night Football at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium saw Harbourview edge Dunbeholden 1-0 in the Ray and Neville Jamaica Premier League. Trayvon Reed's early strike in the 7th minute sealed all 3 points for the Stars of the East, who moved up to 8th on 8 points, one ahead of Dunbeholden. Now at sports time, Arnett Gardens and Treasure Beach were locked at 0-0 in the second game of the doubleheader. Now, a 3-year MOU between Phoenix All-Stars Football Academy and the North America South became effective on Monday when both parties signed the MOU.